Hello. Due to traveling currently, I'll be showing one of my favorite videos of all time, or actually the first one I ever did. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday. My name is Dean. I'm a certified bourbon steward, and this is E, No E, Whiskey. First, I'd like to welcome you to my home bar. As you can plainly see, I have some good bourbons behind me. May not have the largest selection in the world, but by God, I think it's a pretty good one. A little more about me. I'm a early retiree, veteran, musician, and avid motorcycle enthusiast. As I said earlier, I'm a certified bourbon steward through Stave and Thief. But honestly, I believe that what makes me best qualified to do tastings like this is the fact that I love whiskey, and I believe myself to be a professional drinker. I hope to convey my enthusiasm about how I feel about tasting and how to enjoy whiskeys. And the opinions that I give, of course, are mine and mine alone. Because as everybody knows, everybody's tastes are different. What sort of whiskeys or bourbons I believe are really good, somebody else might not like them, and vice versa. What you may like, I may not care for at all. But that's just, that's our own individual tastes. Remember, the best whiskey that's out there is the one that you drink the way that you want to drink it, whether it be on the rocks or with some soda or a little bit of water, standing on your head, whatever the best way is you like to drink the whiskey. That's what makes that the best whiskey to you. So for our first show today, I'm going to be testing one of my favorite bourbons of all time, which is going to be Weller Special Reserve. This is distilled through the Buffalo Trace Distillery out of Frankfort, Kentucky. Has a 45 ABV, or alcohol by volume, making it basically 90 proof. The mash bill, which would be the actual grain substance for the whiskey, is 72% corn, 18% wheat, and 10% barley. With it being more corn and wheat as opposed to anything else, it's going to actually be a little on the sweeter side. If you had more rye in it, then it's going to be actually a little more spicy. Average price for this particular bottle is about $30. I was able to pick it up at a place called Manatti's in Avon, Ohio for about $23, so I think I got a pretty good deal on it. The type of glass I'm going to be using for tasting is a Glencairn glass. And what makes Glencairn glasses a little bit more unique compared to some other like tumblers and things like that is it has a nice wide base for holding your alcohol. The fluid itself kind of goes up through to a nice smaller area, which actually concentrates the bouquet, so when you get your first nose of the alcohol, that's going to be nice and full, and you'll be able to get all the richness of the distillate or the alcohol. And of course, the most fun part for everybody is the pour. You want to pour just enough in here so you'll be able to get the aromatics of the whiskey and the flavors. And that way, if you need to, you can go back and visit it again and again and again, or until you're done with the whole bottle if need be. So, the first thing we want to do is take a look at what's called the legs. Actually, the coloration too. This particular one's a nice gold color. Oh, you're starting to begin to push the copper side as far as the color is concerned. Nice and rich. Take your glass, you tilt it sideways, and you spin the glass around. And then you hold it back up to the light and take a look. You'll be able to see, like in this particular one, it's all like one complete sheen. So therefore that tells me there's a lot more oils in it. Well, going back to the coloration real quick. If you have a lighter colored whiskey, typically it's going to be younger. The longer it sits in the cask, because of the charring that's inside of it, the darker it's going to be. Going back to the legs, like I said, we were talking about the fact we got a lot of oil in it. So therefore on the palate it should be nice and silky. Silky on the tongue, silky on your mouth and the inside. It should be a nice smooth whiskey. So, let's take what's called the nose. The first time for beginners actually doing a nosing on a glass, you want to actually breathe through your nose and your mouth at the same time. Reason for this being is if you have a heavy alcohol whiskey, like some like Booker's, which is 126 proof or higher, it's not going to burn your nose the first time you actually go inside there and take a good sniff of it. So breathe through your nose and your mouth at the same time, and it's going to lighten that up for you. Once you've gotten used to doing that, you can just put your nose in there and sniff away as much as you want, and it won't bother you near as bad. But the first couple of times, at least try with your mouth open to make it a little bit easier on you. So let's try it. Now again, because each person is different as far as the way they smell things or taste things, I might taste something you might not, or vice versa. What I smell in this particular one is butterscotch, caramel, vanilla, and kind of like a little bit of a woody note to it, kind of like a sandalwood, real light, nothing real heavy. Let's go ahead and take a little taste of it. Very silky on the tongue, very silky throughout the mouth. Very little burn on your tongue. I mean, you get a little bit, of course, because it's 90 proof, but very little because it's not really alcohol forward. It's more the flavors come through more than anything else. Very smooth going down through your throat, nice and warm. Kind of makes you feel like you're talking to a good friend, you know. Somebody you haven't seen in a while. You're sitting around enjoying a couple of nice bourbons together, relaxing, catching up. It's something that makes you feel like a good friend. As opposed to, like, I keep using Booker's because that's the strongest thing I've got in my personal arsenal here. And at 126 proof, that's more like a smack in the face and I want to party versus let's spend some time together to get to know each other and have some fun. So, now that we've done this the first time around, let's go back and sniff it a second time. And reason being is now that you've tasted some, all your senses have actually opened up and heightened to the point now you're going to be able to probably smell things and taste things you didn't smell or taste the first time around. So let's try that again. Second time around, I'm getting more of a citrus, kind of like orange peel, grapefruit, something along those lines. Let's try the taste. I taste a little more cherry, almost like a rosewood a little bit, I think about it. Very well rounded. Like I said, not a whole lot of alcohol forwardness to it, so it's a nice, friendly bourbon. Definitely one of my favorites. Again, my name is Dean. If you like our channel, like what we do, please hit the like button on the bottom of the screen, as well as subscribe to our channel. We also have an Instagram page, so please go out to ENOE Whiskey on Instagram and like our photos. As we actually do one each week, we're going to actually post that particular picture on Instagram. So please go out there and like those pictures too. We really appreciate it. But most importantly, remember, the absolute best whiskey that's out there is the one that you like to drink the way you like to drink it. Good night.